Let me take you back to 1994. It was the age of pagers, public phone, handwritten love notes, and MTV. I was just like any other usual Singaporean kid, I was at a tuition center. It was a really good day, and then she came in. Oh, wow. She came in, and she was beautiful. She just took my breath away. She was sweet, she was gentle, she was chatty, and she was smart. And the way she approached everyone was so appealing. And just like any other teenagers, we sort of cross-eyed and say, hey, we had this silent acknowledgement of liking each other at the very first moment we met. And so we move on, a couple of sessions, tuition classes and whatsoever. And then the next academic year, it was the first day of school, and to my surprise, she actually joined the same school that I was in. It was really happy for both of us. In the 90s, you don't have WhatsApp, so you don't argue in long sentences. So we were flirting a lot, but with handwritten notes, Valentine's Days and whatsoever, and she never failed to show the fact that she liked me and vice versa as well. So whenever she's at a temple, strategically, she'll approach my mother and she'll tell my mother how much she liked me. And I would actually do the same thing when her parents were around. And so here we were going on, and we were in the final academic year. Now, we were teenagers, so there's no such thing as dating back then. So at most, you will probably end up at McDonald's or whatsoever. And so we were in the final year, and she comes up to me and she said, hey Ramesh, I've got to go overseas and I've got to do a long distance study, and I don't know when I'm going to come back. And at that point, I felt like, oh, you know what, maybe 1 or 2 years and that's about it, and she's going to come back. And I said, oh, don't worry, you'll be back soon. And the school ended, and we were school break, and into the holidays, suddenly I got a page. And in those days, when you receive a page, you have got to run into a coffee shop, and you got to look for a coffee phone, you got to wait in line because auntie is hogging the phone, and then once she's done, and then I call her. And then she said, hey Ramesh, you know what, I am leaving in a week, we have to meet. Something in me sort of broke, and I said, okay, you know what, I got to do this, I got to muster that courage to ask her out. And so we arranged this date, and again, we were young, innocent, so there was no such thing as late night dates, there was no such thing as hiding some corner whatsoever, trying to find ourselves in a really exciting moment. So our date was at 9 o'clock in the morning. All right, it was 9 o'clock in the morning, and if you're very familiar with the vicinity of Singapore, Ang Mo Kio. So we were there, and there's this really tiny, really rundown KFC, really rundown. Nobody bothered to actually renovate it. So we decided to have breakfast there. We sat opposite each other. We had a good meal. We spoke, we laughed. We know that the time was coming to an end. And I said, hey, you know what, why don't we just go for a walk right behind this Ang Mo Kio Park? If you're familiar with Ang Mo Kio Park, it's a small hill up, but you got to really climb up. So, I had raging hormones. She had raging hormones. We thought, why not, let's give it a go. And we finished our breakfast. We walked up all the way to Ang Mo Kio Park. We found a nice bench. Taking the time in note, it's 9:30 a.m. People are running around, jogging, healthy lifestyle, and here, 2 really innocent kids. We sat down, we laughed again, we started talking about school days whatsoever. And then we held hands, right? And innocent love, we held hands. Oh, that was so good. And I was just like, oh man, this is the moment, this is the moment. Then I heard a sound. It was a really loud growl. And she's like, hey, you okay? No, I think, yeah. Have you ever been in a situation in life where you are absolutely fucked? This was the moment, right? So this is me. I was a really popular kid in school. Had full of hair, good pot. I was really popular, right? And so this was the moment for me, and I was like, oh my God, it was so bad. She said, are you okay? Are you okay? And I said, no, I got to find a toilet. And I was like looking around, oh my God, I'm up in a hill and there's no toilet at all. And she's like, okay, look, why don't I walk you now? And I was like, no, it's 10 minutes away. That's how far the nearest toilet was. And I said, do you have tissue? Now, obviously, you will use your tissue for many other reasons. But at this point, priorities. And I said, give me the tissue. And it was a half-empty tissue, damn it. Right? And I was looking around, and people were jogging. I had no control of my ass anymore. I ran into the bushes, my jeans were my ankles, right? And there was this foliage and it was all, a bit hidden inside and whatsoever. And I was grunting away. I was perspiring, and I was like really trying to just get it over with. And this is really embarrassing. You're a teenager, and then the worst thing happened. It kept mounting. And with a duck walk, I had to move twice because it was mounting and mounting. And all this while, I could see her, the horror that she was looking at. The pain, the disappointment. Oh my God, this is the guy I thought was cool in school. So anyway, I finished, I did the walk-off shave, I went up to her, and I said, hey, and without a break, she said, hey, you know what? I have to leave, my dad paged, I gotta go. Just like that, she just left. And I felt that it was this love that was just really, I had to get back. She left the country. I lost complete touch, nothing. It took me I realized, it actually took me over 20 years to actually find her. I found her through various connections. She has moved to Australia. She got married. I couldn't find her because she changed her last name, so I couldn't find her on Facebook whatsoever. And finally I got a number. And then we got reconnected. And actually when we got reconnected, and we laughed about the incident, and she said, you were my first crush. And I'm happy that you were my first crush. But you know what? I wish it had turned out much better. Thank you very much.